Praise 1025 is Jekalyn, Carr's family affair. Family, I'm so excited because today is a special show. We have a legend in the room right now. We have Smokie. Norful. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. First of all, how are you?
I'm doing incredible. This is a great season, great day. And I learned this recently. Every day is a good day. I had to take that in because somebody said that to me. They said, no, every day is a good day. I'm like, that's a really powerful statement. So I'm doing exceptional in this great day.
Yes, I love it. Now, first of all, you know, I've been a Smokie Norful fan for a long time. I used to listen to you a whole lot.
Wait, don't go so long. Dog. You said long with too many O's in it. Long time.
You know, from a little girl, I would listen to Smokie Norful. I would hear your songs on the radio, do karaoke to them.
Wow.
And with that being said, I want to go back. Like, you have had a beautiful journey, and there's a lot of people who still don't understand how much of a GOAT you are. Can you talk to us about your journey?
Well, you know, needless to say, I drank the same water that you drank growing up. I'm from Arkansas, you know, and who would have thought that a little country boy from country nappy-headed boy from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Oh, he's way in the country, Pine Bluff.
Okay, West Memphis, don't do it. Don't do it. You just across the bridge.
Just across the bridge.
But who would have thought that God would have been, you know, would have done all that He has done, you know? And it's an humbling experience. But to be real honest, I'm just now getting an opportunity to reflect and to actually take in all that God has done, you know. And everybody asks me now, what would I tell young artists, you know, that are coming up, that are going through the ranks? Take a moment to enjoy what God is doing. Yeah. Because you can be working in it so long, you know, that you forget to actually enjoy the reality that these are dreams being realized. Yeah. I'm meeting people. I'm running. I'm getting off the elevator, and Richard Smallwood is calling my name, and Kirk Franklin is my brother, and Yolanda Adams and Donnie McClurkin look at me as a little brother, and they kind of mentored me in the early phases. Carr. So these are people who were legends to me, are legends to me. And so because I was so enthralled with the excitement of that moment, I didn't really take time to really enjoy that. The fact that God is opening doors. I'm saying everywhere you can think of, from the White House to the Black House. You know, He was performed outside the crack house. You know,
yes.
So I mean, winning all the awards that I dreamed of, all the hopes. But the challenge, I guess, for me was that I climbed up this ladder only to realize that I had my ladder leaning on the wrong wall. That was tough.
What does that mean?
That was tough because the industry, you know, from the outside, it's deceptive. You think, and you know, I don't have to tell you, the industry is deceptive because you think that once I get in, once I'm there, once I make it, everything that I need, everything I want, all my desires will be fulfilled, and I'll have exactly what. Then you literally get in and realize that, first of all, the industry is a facade, you know, because we're real people, humans with problems, issues, and everything else that goes with it. And then, of course, you know, it is a business. People forget that it is a business. You know, we come in so super saved, sanctified, and don't realize it's a business as well as a ministry. And then for me, I got up to the top and realized that God was not done. That was not my final assignment.
Come on.
Preaching and pastoring was the priority. And I had made in my passion music the priority. But preaching and pastoring absolutely is my divine assignment and the priority of my life. And only then, when I stopped and said yes, did I feel the fulfillment that I've been looking for my whole life. Yeah.
It's similar to my story, but for me, it was obviously I started singing first, and then the preaching came along, and God had to tell me, like, you are a preacher.
Yeah.
Who happens to sing.
Well, and you know, this is the thing that people don't know. I mean, I'm going to hijack your show for a minute. Listen, family.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Jekalyn is a preacher's preacher.
I thought he was.
No. No. They don't understand. See, I fell in love with your preaching ministry before I even knew about your music ministry. I heard this little girl who took perfectly 3 points, did hermeneutics and homiletics perfectly, and articulated the scripture in such a powerful way. So your anointing people don't understand that, our passion as preachers, we're really fulfilled in those moments. And they can't understand it. My son can't understand it. He's trying to figure out, Dad, I don't understand. If you do this so well, you can write, you can sing. Why don't you do this? And I'm like, because that's not where my passion is at this point.
Yeah. I love what you said, basically in so many words, embracing where you are, embracing what God is doing every moment. Because the thing is, I also love how God takes us higher in increments sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to know that you are still out here doing amazing things. Woo-hoo! You're a single, which one is it?
I Still Have You in My Name.
Yes.
In My Name.
It was in my name. I was like, right now is your current single, right?
Yeah, that's the current single.
And it's in the top 10. And to be able to see your work still being acknowledged, how does that feel?
Absolutely mind-blowing. To even go back to I Need You Now all the way up to In My Name. I Still Have You in My Name. That people are still singing my music is mind-blowing to me. I'm humbled by it. I'm incredibly grateful in this season, especially incredibly grateful that people are listening. And I always tell people when they say, your song has done this, I'm listening to this, In My Name, I Still Have You, I Need You Now, from whatever it is. And I say, I thank you, and my children thank you.
I'm tickled. We all thank
you. And their
you.
tuition bills, thank you.
I remember, I think you debuted it, I Still Have You, when we were on the McDonald's tour a few years ago. And I remember the first time you sung that song. I don't know if it was your first time.
It was the first time.
It was?
Yeah,
okay,
it was,
awesome.
Yeah.
And just the demand the song had on the room was just amazing. What is your writing process? Like, what goes through your mind as you're putting these songs together?
You know what? Life is my writing process, because I'm one of those weird, I guess, phenomenons where I write 30 different ways. It just depends on the moment, depends on the inspiration. I can be jumping out of the shower trying to grab my phone, not to kill myself, slipping on the floor just to get the voice note in there, Because
you're going to forget it if you don't record it.
I will forget it. Literally will forget it. And or driving down the street or looking at a billboard or looking at somebody, ministering to somebody in their circumstance, as a pastor, as a preacher. And so this one was special. I'm gonna tell you, I Still Have You was very, very, very special for me because I actually sat down with my sons and wrote that song.
Wow.
That one made it like that was a surreal moment. And my oldest son Trey came up with the first line, I met my best when I met my worst. I said, wait a minute. We're on to something.
Come on.
I said, we're on to something here. So to sit down with Snow and Trey and actually do that, that part of my process was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I figured out they were leaning on me too heavily.
I'm tickled. So we're going to make things a little light right now. So we see a lot of funny things at church. What is one of your funniest moments you've witnessed at church or a concert
so
or wherever?
Many. I don't know where to start. Whether it's somebody's wig flying off or a deacon got up. I was working at a Baptist church in Chicago many years ago, and the deacon got up and he was on fire for the Lord. And I mean, he was going forth and yes God, and his teeth went one way and spit went the other way. And I was done. I was done.
See, I can't take stuff like that. Like I've been in the pulpit laughing before. Like I can't handle stuff like that, I'm
horrible. I am horrible. I'm gonna tell y'all in advance. Please forgive me because I am horrible.
And don't look at somebody who would make matters worse.
So here's one that's probably gonna get me in trouble. Mother, I love you. You are the GOAT. I'm only thinking about you in this moment because your mini me is sitting in front of me, but I gotta tell this. So Steve Harvey and I have an inside joke that we were at Celebration of Gospel one year, sitting on the side of the stage. Actually, I was on stage. I had to walk off stage. That's how bad I am. I had to leave stage in the middle of the performance because Pastor Shirley Caesar, she has this thing where she jerks in the Holy Ghost, and she'll back up and scoot back real fast. Well, she did it this day and misgauged where her where her threshold was. Watch this though. Let me tell you how much of a G she is. She fell, tripped, fell back into the choir. They pushed her back up, and she kept going. I was done. I said, "Mother is the G."
I cannot. You gotta be. You have to be one.
So Steve Harvey and I were on the side of the stage, almost in tears.
Yeah. What are some things that you do to kind of unwind, like when you want to get out of that pastor mode, that I'm the artist and all of that?
Oh wow!
What do you
go
like
home.
to enjoy? Yeah.
I like to go home. I like to watch movies, chill with my family. My big thing now, and it's been the most rewarding and peaceful thing. I've lost about 30 pounds.
Come on, then.
Yeah. I've lost a whole person here. So, but it's because I like to ride my bicycle. I ride my bike at least 25 to 30 miles a day. And when I don't get my day in, I'm upset. You know, it just feels like something is missing.
Jesus, give me that grace. Listen, I be trying to do cardio, and I be like, I be fussing the whole time.
Well, see, I don't do it stationary, though. I go out and about. I found trails and other places. You got to get out.
That's what I be trying to do. And then my allergies. So me and Benny got up Benadryl.
Me and Zyrtec.
So I want to know, because again, like you are literally, you've had so many great moments. What do you feel like is one of your iconic moments throughout your career?
Oh man, my most iconic moments are. It has nothing to do with me, but I guess vicariously it does, but has everything to do with being able to leave a legacy for my sons.
Yeah.
Who are now passionate. I never pushed them. I never advocated for this. That was their natural progression.
Yeah.
They're now in the industry. They're writers, producers for gospel, hip hop, and R&B. So they've been working with some of the biggest people in the world, but to have them work with me, to be able to take them on the road, to actually have them on the red carpet doing interviews with me, that to me is the biggest moment of my entire career. More than the Grammys, Stella's does, all these other big performances. That is the biggest moment. Those are the biggest moments of my life right now.
I think sometimes people fail to realize how important that is, to, first of all, train up a child.
Oh, yeah.
And then number two, inviting them inside of the legacy. Like somebody has to get the mantle. Come on, somebody.
Yeah.
Someone has to get it. And people look at it from the perspective of, oh, you're pushing your kids, and first of all, as a parent, what are you supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to encourage their greatness.
Yeah.
You see a gift in your child, and then as they get older and they make that choice that that's what they want to do, you push them.
Yeah.
And you've done that.
Excellence is demanded. Now, I never pushed them into music. That was their choice. Right. They begged me to teach them lessons. I was like, no, because they will hate it. Because I'm daddy first. Right. So as soon as you mess up, it's like, hey, boy.
Right.
But once they decided that was what they wanted to do, I'm gonna make sure that the best at whatever it is that they decide to do. So I have in that regard pushed them to excellence, made sure that their writing was on point, that they were not subpar in any way, even in their musicianship. They read. They're much better than me as musicians. And producers, same thing. I made sure they had everything that they needed, put them around the best people in the industry so that they could actually excel. Right. So that if that's pushing your child, then I'm guilty.
Exactly.
And will forever be guilty.
Forever be, because that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I still have you in my name. You have these recent songs. I still have you just recently went #1, right? Yes. And then in my name is on its way. What else do we have to look forward to? Any more music? Any more albums?
Oh, absolutely. So my album is about to drop.
Okay.
June 7th. It's been 10 years since I released music. And the only reason I'm doing it now is because of these boys. God used them to pull me back into...
Daddy, we love you, not doing this singing thing, but you got work to do.
Exactly. No, it was almost exactly like that, but it was because they were working with all these other people, and they were like, we want to work on a Smokie Norful record. We want to work with our dad.
Yeah.
This was during the pandemic, and I said, okay, cool. I'll sit down and see what we do, and of course, I'm in love with music. I love music, and I have a passion for it. So it was like dropping a fish back in water. And I was like, okay, this is good. Well, let's do another one, and let's do another one. Let's do another one. I want to do that, do this. You know the process. And so, of course, you know, by the end of it, I had a whole project. So I'm very, very excited that they were the ones God used to push me, because I wouldn't have listened to anybody else. Like, man, I got 12 jobs. I got a church here, a church there, a church everywhere. It's like, no, I don't have time.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I did. I'm enjoying
glad that
this.
you did too, because I love your music. I love your ministry and all that you do. It's just heartfelt. It's passionate. You know, that's one thing that I realized in your writing and throughout your entire, well, since I've been listening to your music. Your music is passionate. You can tell it comes from the heart. My second to last question is, who do you feel like were some of your influences? You know, people who helped you.
My previous, musically, unequivocally, is Vanessa Bell Armstrong. She's my number one. She's the GOAT to me, will forever be.
Yes.
And then, of course, Daryl Coley.
Oh, yes.
But I listened to all kinds of music growing up. I was allowed, I know some people were not, I was allowed to listen to all kinds of music and music was different, so it was a little different then too. But Stevie Wonder, the DeBarge family, the Winans, BB and CC, I mean, so many greats. Fred Hammond Commission. You know, I grew up in that era where musicianship was a priority. You know, you had to have, watch this, I'm gonna get in trouble, but you actually had to have a bridge in your song. It was a requirement.
I am tickled.
My modern day influences are people like Jekalyn Carr.
I cannot.
You know, seriously, you don't understand how proud I am to see that the gospel, the good news, the music, and the message, the ministry, is still going forth with the power that you operate in. So I know it's the Lord's doing, but it's truly, for real, marvelous in my eyes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much. Give your social media handles for those who want to follow you, all of that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Listen, you can follow me on IG at Smokie Norful. I'm official Smokie Norful on Facebook. You can go to smokienorful.com. I have a soul winning campaign coming called the Victory Lap. I'm going around the country with one priority, one passion, and that's to win souls to Jesus Christ. I think church has become about everything except that. When we go engage a church's success, we look at how many people, how many folks in the pews, everything but how many souls are actually being saved. So I'm going around the country asking people to bring your city to the altar. And so, you know, go to smokienorful.com, follow me there. My church's website is getthevictory.org. But follow me at smokienorful.com or go there so that I can keep you abreast of where I'm going, where I'm coming, because I want you to bring your city to the altar so that simply souls can be saved.